What up, guys? Chef Beardsly, aka Friar Tuck, because I haven't cut my hair recently. This video is a little different for me. I'm all about the grounded RCs, you know, 2-strokes, nitros, all that stuff, mini crawlers. But I've seen the Cleetus plane. I've been wanting a plane, so I said, what the hell? Yes, I did open it. I just want to take the manual out and go over it a little bit. I got the bind and fly, so there's two versions. The RTF means ready to fly, and bind and fly, you bind your own controller. A few months back, probably almost a year by now, I picked up an NX8 before they were replaced with the 8 Plus. You can upgrade this to do the same thing as the 8 Plus, to mess around with the simulator. So that's why I went with the bind and fly. So in this video, we're gonna unbox this bad boy, put it together. Little word of advice, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have like less than an idea than I do with those. So I have no clue what anything is or how to do anything. So we're gonna build this. It should be pretty easy. They say less than an hour, probably for people to know what they're doing, but I'm gonna go through the manual. The manual's pretty sick because it has QR codes you can read. It'll show you videos and stuff. If you guys are new to the channel, getting ready for a live stream today. I do a live stream every Saturday morning called Saturday Morning RCs, where we just hang out, chat RC cars, life. It's a good time. Come hang out with us. So yeah, let's get this out of the box and figure out what the hell I'm doing. So this is what it looks like when you slide this out. There is more covering and stuff on the plane when you take it out, but I took some of that off yesterday. So obviously you got your fuselage, your wings. Again, I don't know what any of this is, but that's like the back fin. Again, I know nothing about planes. You got your tires here. So should be relatively easy. The servos are built into the wings. This is actually not just a sticker. I thought they just took like a Carbon Cub and slapped stickers on it. It looks like the stars are stickers, but the stripes and the backing here was all paint, which is pretty freaking cool. I thought they honestly just slapped stickers on a Carbon Cub, but no, it's most of it's painted. If you guys know Cleetus, this is what made me get it. I've been thinking about a plane, but I love Cleetus's content. It has the same tail number as Cleetus's real size version. Again, this is all painted, but the stars, are they a sticker? No, these stars feel like they're painted on. This is a sticker, but this isn't. I wish this looked a little more like Cleetus. They should have put a baseball cap on this guy, I think. Other than that, I think it's pretty freaking cool. Little tiny servos in there, your receiver. This is like dummy proof almost. It has like a safe mode. You flip a switch or hit a button. I gotta figure that out, and it'll automatically level itself out. Someone else we know, a friend of the channel, is getting one, and we're gonna race to see who can do a loop first. And I might try it on my first flight. Am I gonna crash it? Probably, but you know what? We're gonna go for it. So here's the manual. Again, like pretty in-depth manual. And yeah, there you go. Assembly video. You can just scan that with your phone if you're not comfortable, which we're probably gonna scan it with my phone. It is pretty in-depth on what you should do and how you should do everything. So yeah, I'm gonna scan that with my phone and see what the video says, and update you guys as we build it. This runs on a 3S LiPo that goes in the bottom here. I do have a LiPo on the way, because I do have other LiPos, but I'm pretty sure they're way too big. And it should be here today, the LiPo. So if you hear a bunch of background noise, sorry, it's my fans. Need some airflow in here. But I think it said it does on the website. It comes with an extra prop. This is for the landing gear. Yeah, it does come with an extra prop, because I was gonna order one, but I seen it came with one, so that's cool. And then your bind plug, your screws, little connector doodads, I don't know what those are. That's a technical term if you didn't know. I do know this is like the landing gear setup, and that's a prop, and this is a fuselage, and that's wings. That's all I really know. Man, I'm excited. All right, let me scan this bad boy, and because you can show me all the pictures you want, but I want to see someone actually doing it. Plus, I want to see, because like I said, I'm a super noob when it comes to this. So they market this as like a first airplane good pick. So it's my first airplane. Let's see if it's a good first choice or not. Okay, so I scanned this QR code, and it brought me right to a YouTube video on how to assemble this. They're starting with the landing gear first, and it looks like there's a few different ones, but the one in this video he's showing is the one with these, which I think these little side skirt things will go on for where the tires go. He's saying you have to get one of these spacers, put it on here, and I think that's where you mount the tire up. If you look, it says you need one small Phillips head screwdriver, which we have tools for days, and then those are these little spacers. If you're in a nitro, these look like the ones you would use for like your throttle linkage and stuff to stop it. So yeah, let's get her going. Okay, so they said one of these spacers without the set screw, then your tire, then one of the spacers with the set screw, and that's how obviously I said to the other side. So yeah, I'm just following the video step by step. Again, they said this is a super friendly first airplane, so I'm like the newest you can get with this. I know nothing, so this is a good experience so far. All right, so we put these little side guards on. They literally just slip in and snap on. They are labeled in the video. It says the L and R both are labeled, but mine just the R side is labeled, so no big deal. Same thing with these. So this landing gear slips into this little space down here, and then these two little spacers, or I guess hold down blocks, go in. You can notice they are tapered, so tapered to the front, and those are also labeled. Again, in the video he says the L is labeled, but my R was labeled, so the right side was labeled. That's all you have to do. And then two little Phillips head, and your landing gear is installed, man. Video is pretty helpful, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what I'm doing, and step by step it's coming together. Again, I know guys that fly all the time, this is a no-brainer, but again, I have zero experience with a plane, so it's really nice to have a video. And I'm not trying to be a shill or nothing, it's just, again, I'm not afraid to ask for help or look for ways to figure things out, and super convenient to have a video to follow when you have no idea what you're doing. All right, so next step is the vertical and horizontal stabilizers. Look at me, lingo. Literally, there's just two holes in here. You line it up, put it on, and this is gonna go on the back of the fuselage here. Obviously, these links are gonna be used to move these and whatnot, but vertical and horizontal stabilizers. Look at me, I'm a freaking pro. And boom, stabilizers are on. Obviously looks like those get hooked up to there, but I don't think I'm going to do that until I get the power in here and obviously center everything up, I guess. So boom, it's starting to look like a mother flipping plane, bruh. Hell yeah. I did notice, if you notice, I have a few different Phillips head screwdrivers out here. Some of them are really tiny. These were like a little bigger, but like this one fit perfect, but it was too wide to get into that hole. I didn't want to wallow it out. I ended up using this one. It's skinnier, a little smaller, but I had to take my time because you're going into plastic. And remember, this is all foam, so don't go crazy with it. But I just took my time, got it, and now they're nice and snug, so they're good. Again, sorry if this is like super noob, but again, I know zero about this. I figured this is a perfect opportunity to be like, hey, I'm a noob. They say this is good for new people. So far, so good, man. Video's super handy. Hell yeah. Next step, let's go. Okay, I lied. They said to hook up the clevis. Clevis? Getting the lingo. Honestly, you just roll these rubber things back, open them up. There's a little peg in there. They said put them on the outermost holes on both. And that's what I did. And you just slide that rubber back on. It keeps pressure on there so they don't come undone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Lingo. Clevis. vertical and horizontal stabilizer, fuselage, plane. Hell yeah. Okay, there's a little screw that goes in there to hold the tail to the rudder. I think that's a rudder. So don't forget that. That's more importante. Hell yeah. Man, I'm actually getting super excited. Something different. I've always wanted one. Like, this is gonna be cool, I think. Okay, so the next step is something called the vortex generator. I don't know if this goes on like to a Back to the Future car, a DeLorean, and it takes you back in time. I don't know what these do, but in the video, his stick tape is already attached to these. Mine is not, so I'm going to have to stick this to here. And then these go onto the wing with the front of the V facing to where the front, this is where like the flaps are. So you want these facing forward. I have no idea what they do. If you do in the comments, let me know. But vortex generator. All right, let's go back to the 1950s. Okay, so those are on. Whatever they do, they're called vortex generators. Again, I have no clue what that even means. But those are on. Again, it said in the video, there's a V shape. So theoretically, it should be the front of the plane. So the V should face the front of the plane, because looking at his picture here, that's the back of the plane where the rudder things are. And then, again, I don't know what that's called, but yeah, the V's are facing forward. So beautiful. Oh yeah, next up, we almost have a full plane. And then the next step was to put your wing tube in. So there's a hole, and you take this black rod, you push it to one end until it stops, slide the other one on, keep in mind your wires here for your servos, and then boom. Hell yeah, that, I guess that stiffens them up a little bit. On to the next step, and it looks like these are plugged in to here, and they're both labeled AILR and AILL, and so are these. So obviously left and right, so those will plug into there. Put these on. I think this goes on next. Screws, and she should be built. Hell yeah. Hey, dude, this looks cool. Even if I can't fly very well and stuff, this is gonna look badass hanging up there. But we are gonna fly it, don't worry. Boom. And then there you put this plastic piece on top. There's little holes where all that lines up. These are for the aileron servos, apparently. That's what they're called, aileron. And then our next step is we're gonna put this on here like so, but we're gonna plug in the aileron servos according, like obviously you match up they're labeled, which is convenient, so you know which one goes to what. And then when you put this on, make sure you don't pinch anything. And then once that's on, we're gonna put screws on. So let me do that, and we should have a finished plane. Again, I'm waiting on my battery, should be here today. And hell yeah, it's honestly wider than I thought it was going to be. Oh man, it's sick. So now that the ailerons are plugged in, everything's pushed down, what you have to do is at a parts bag C, he says put the screws in. There's multiple screws in here. The ones I noticed in the video he's using to hold them down are obviously the flat ones on the bottom. The other ones have points to them. You want to use the flat ones to hold the wings down. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I figure it's something to point out. He doesn't mention which ones, but these are the ones that you want to use. Okay, so that top cover's on. All four screws are snug. Again, don't go crazy. You are going into plastic and foam. You don't want to go nuts with it. Next step is the wing struts. Look at me. One's labeled R. He says both are, but only one is for me. Just R. And then we should, where's the, I'm trying to see where it's, one of these says it, just take my word for it. But obviously you're going to toss a screw in there, 2 screws here, and should be ready to boogie, man. And boom, she is together. Again, be real gentle, especially for these little screws. There are plastic inserts, but again, you're going into plastic, they're small, you're messing with foam, so just be careful. And that is the built Cleetus Carbon Cub S, man. We are, again, my battery should be here today. And then I can tackle how to bind my NX8 to this, because I have no clue how to do that. I'm going to take a couple more runs on the simulator to practice a little bit, but you know what? There's nothing to it but to do it, right? We're gonna give it hell. And again, there's a certain somebody, a friend of the channel, that's getting one too, and we're having a race to see who could do a loop first. Am I going to attempt it on my first flight? Probably. Am I going to crash? Probably. Will I have parts? Most likely. Man, it's cool looking though, man. Even like I said, even if you just hang it up somewhere, you got America, have it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm going to end it here. We may. I might tack on the NX8 bind, but that is my first plane. Again, that video was super handy. It's all in the manual as well, but I'm more of a follow a video kind of guy, and it was super simple. And plus you learn a little bit of the lingo. Again, I am super new when it comes to this. People that fly all the time are probably like, well, yeah, duh, this and that, but I have no clue, man. I have no clue. So yeah, man, that looks sick. So like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon.
If you ain't taking a shit in a dumpster, then where the fuck you at?